Scratching the surface. What is a joint and why are joints important? A joint is the connection between two or more bones at the place they meet. The human body is held together by different types of bones. They help movement and allow flexibility. The fibrous joint. Fibrous. These are immovable. An example is the cranium. It is very stable and allows only little movement. Cartilaginous. Cartilaginous is slightly movable. An example is the vertebral column. These are slightly movable and stable. Synovial. These are freely movable. An example is the knee. There are 6 types of synovial joints: the ball and socket joint, hinge joint, gliding joint, saddle joint, condyloid joint, and the pivot joint. The ball and socket joint. This allows flexion, extension, adduction, abduction, rotation, circumduction. An example is the shoulder or the hip joint. The hinge joint. This only allows flexion and extension. An example is the elbow or the knee joint. Gliding joint. Gliding is the least movable of the synovial joints. An example are the carpals or tarsal joints. Saddle allows flexion, extension, adduction, abduction, and circumduction. An example is the trapezium to the thumb. The pivot joint. The pivot joint only allows rotation. An example is the radius and ulna. The 5 functions of the skeletal system. Support and shape. Giving the body characteristics and the framework. Protection of vital organs. Protection of organs and delicate structures, for example, the ribs and the lungs. Muscle attachment and movement. Long bones act as levers. Storage of minerals. These are stored so when they are needed they can be drawn. Production of red and white blood cells, stored in the marrow cavity, which is the site of production of red and white cells. The skeleton is divided into 2 sections, the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. As you can see, the blue is the axial skeleton and the orange is the appendicular skeleton. The axial protects the body's internal organs. An example is the ribs protecting the lungs. The appendicular is where muscles pull on bones. For an example, the shoulder girdle or the pelvic girdle. Types of bones. The long bone. These bones are longer than they are wider. An example would be the femur, as you can see in the image. These are used as main levers of movement. Short bones. These are as long as they are wide. They provide support and stability movement and strength. They are found in the hands or the feet. Flat bones. These are flat plates providing protection. An example would be the scapula. Irregular bones. The vertebrae is an example. They provide protection and they are unique, meaning they are hard to classify. Sesamoid. An example of a sesamoid would be the patella. These are specialised in their roles and they are usually covered in cartilage. Thoracic. Lumbar. Coccyx. Sacral. Cervical. Pubis. Tibia. Cranium. Femur. Carpals. Fibula. Phalanges in the lower body. Metatarsals. Ischium. Phalanges in the upper body. Ilium. Scapula. Ulna. Metacarpals. Ribs. Radius. Patella. Humerus. Sternum. Clavicle. Tarsals. Pectoralis major. Semitendinous soleus. Gastrocnemius. Vastus medalis. Gluteus maximus. Latissimus dorsi. Tibialis anterior. Tricep brachii. Trapezius. Bicep femoris. Vastus lateralis. Vastus intermedius. Erector spinae. Deltoids. Rectus femoris. Bicep brachii. Semimembranous obliques. Rectus abdominalis. Tres major.